Masters of the Universe Men at Arms. Masterverse versus Cartoon Collection. Okay. The divide is going to be very visible because when you see this guy or other of the characters in this cartoon collection line, it's going to look or be packaged this way. But when you take it out of packaging and you discover that you'd be able to straighten out the legs this way and really have a more human-like decent pose for the character. Take a look at that. Somehow the divide or interest between these two action figure becomes very, very narrow. Okay, taking some points into consideration. It's going to be price. So let's talk about the price. It's going to be a $24 figure. This is going to be a $17 figure. With regards to playability, okay, with the playability factor, we have number one, the details. Of course, a more detailed action figure, taller, but sometimes less is more beautiful, which this action figure really offers. So this is like a nostalgia thing when you take it out of packaging, because what we know of Man at Arms or the He-Man action figure or Skeletor or which Masters of the Universe action figure, which is going to be your favorite in cartoon collection form or whatever already has been offered, it's going to really look great. So sometimes less is beautiful, and when you have more detail, just like this, wherein you're assaulted by a lot of thing aesthetically, then this is going to be a more pleasurable action figure to purchase or start your lineup with. So it has appeal, even if it's very simple and the sizing is different and articulation points is different. Okay, now the third factor, it's with regards to how customizable or kit bashable or modifiable the action figures are going to be. Taking apart a Masterverse figure is going to be quite a chore. Okay, so basically heat method is much needed to take this figure apart. So hair dryer or the boiling method. But with regards to the cartoon collection action figure, this is designed to be taken apart easily. Just like that. So no heat needed. Let's take a look at accessories. So Masterverse Mace, highly detailed. Cartoon collection Mace, less detail, but actually the less detail is really not so bad. Now, what a Masterverse figure offers is going to be weapon storage, which this Man at Arms does not have. Nothing on the belt or loops, nothing on the thighs. So this is going to be a handheld thing. But is it weapon storage, is it really going to matter? I really don't think so, because this is something that you're going to have your man at arms always holding on to, even either for play purposes or display purpose. Articulation points of a Masterverse, or of course this is going to be more articulated. So we have more articulation points, but sometimes more articulation points is detrimental to the action figure. So, well, of course, depends on the engineering of the product. But even if we have cuts, double point joints, elbows, and knees, sometimes they don't work very well. But with a very simplified action figure, just like this, take a look at the articulation on the head. Very, very decent. Okay, so we might miss that articulation on the diaphragm, but does that really matter? Wherein with this action figure, take a look at that. Sometimes we have much, sometimes we have less. So sometimes with a bigger action figure, it's a hit and miss thing. But with simplified engineering, sometimes we really don't need articulation on this point. It's still very possible because articulation points on this section of the legs is going to compensate. So going back to the upper section, so take a look at that. So rotation, T poses, very possible, even with body armor. Single point of articulation or bend on the elbow, and we have rotation on the elbow. We have a hinge and rotation for the hand. Simplified but perfected. So that is exactly my point. So sometimes a simple action figure is better than a more articulated and stylized action figure. So with regards to Masters of the Universe action figures, that's really got my attention. So moving forward, so this is going to be my second figure for cartoon collection. It's Man at Arms. I have seen this afternoon Skeletor, but I concentrated more on Man at Arms because he's my second best character with the Masters of the Universe. Of course, everyone's favorite is going to be He-Man. So that is going to be a cartoon collection head on a Masterverse body. So really works. So why did I change the head unit with my cartoon collection He-Man? So I was just trying different things. So mixing and matching. So take a look at this. So Masterverse head, He-Man head with a cartoon collection He-Man body. So still looks good. So why did I change the chest harness? So this is going to be the original chest harness for this body, because I can't pair my He-Man action figure with the old version of the Battle Cat. So this sword sheath is going to impede having the action figure sit properly on my Battle Cat, which I already showed in a older video of this guy when I first bought this. Okay, so having a more simplified chest harness for the sword So of course this is a different sword too, but well, of course it's going to be according to the collector's taste or my taste or my take on things. So what works for me might work for others and might sometimes not work for others too, but really depends. So just sharing my thoughts or opinions and style with regards to how I appreciate my action figures. So even if we have that older designed sword versus this one, still works. So this sits on my battle gun. Okay, so Man at Arms cartoon collection He-Man with a different head, a different sword, and a different chest harness on top of Origins Battle Cat. So yeah, works for me personally. So with regards to details, I guess I'm going to go back tomorrow, and if that cartoon collection Skeletor action figure is still there, I'm going to purchase that figure. So yeah, I hope that the cartoon collection action figures would be readily available. So with regards to distribution, let's see. But with regards to the points that I raised, sometimes simpler action figures are better than the more complicated ones. Easier to play with, easier to customize, and easy on the budget. $17, not so bad. So if you like this review, like, comment, and subscribe to help me grow my channel, and see you on the next action figure or custom action figure review.